Hey guys, it's Zebarsis, and this is the 17th episode of the Teaching of Isaac. I always pre-choose a random character to avoid having to random the keeper or the lost, just due to their difficulty and the requirements for finding the right items. Now unfortunately, poor Eden and poor Lazarus and the poor Forgotten, they just keep getting forgotten. My random character today is Samson, once again. Well, this is a pretty crappy room. Okay, I know that was a really crappy joke too, but it's too late now. While I'm destroying this poop, let me first of all talk about the child's heart there. It's a really good item for Samson to start out with. Now, he doesn't start out with it by default, however. To get it, you have to defeat the ultra hard challenge. And a lot of people are really intimidated by that challenge. Now, my recommendation for the ultra hard challenge, just hold the restart button until a library pops up in the same room as you. Once it does, just make sure you play through the level and get a key, then open the library. If the Satanic Bible or the Book of Revelations is there, grab it, and you've earned yourself a victory pretty much. Because in Ultra Hard, you gain no health whatsoever. Hearts don't drop. You have to regenerate them or gain them from items if you're lucky. But by forcing you to use the Book of Revelations or the Satanic Bible, that pretty much means that you now have a steady source of health. It's still going to be a challenge because there's champion monsters everywhere, but that's the best way, in my opinion, to defeat Ultra Hard. And then that way, Samson will start with the child's heart, which makes hearts appear a lot more often. And that in turn works well with Samson, since if he gets damaged, then he gains more damage himself for the rest of the floor. It is a great item. It doesn't help much early on unless you get hit by a bomb. But overall, it's a fantastic item. It prevents a full heart of damage ever being taken. So I'm only going to take a half heart of damage. You also may be wondering why I'm destroying all these barrels. And the answer is right here. Well, kinda. When you blow up the barrels, a matchstick might drop or a burnt penny. The burnt penny is what I was looking for. The burnt penny allows more bombs to drop. Or rather, the matchstick that you just saw there allows bombs to drop more often. But the burnt penny, whenever you pick up a coin, it has a 50% chance of giving you a bomb. Now, coins are the most common pickup in this game. So when you have a 50% chance of a bomb appearing, it's great. It really adds up. By the way, I'm going to be pushing this barrel. There is a chance that the secret room could be here. It's unlikely, but there's a chance, so I'm going to give it a shot. Now the way you tell where the secret room is, since it's a big room, you start moving. And right when the camera moves with you, then you know that's where the room is. So right here, you see how the camera shifts at this exact spot? That's where I need to blow up. Now it's not to say the secret room's here, but this is where you would blow up if it was here. No dice. Maybe it's here, I don't know. Actually, it can't be, because it cannot be to the left or the right of that skinny room. So it may be tempting to go after that sack there, since it's going to start spewing out spiders, but it's in a pretty nasty spot. If you go after it, you have to commit, and one of those guys that are headless might get in your way. So that's why I chose to go for it last. Speaking of last, don't use your pills until the end of the level if you don't know what they do. Just in case it's something like amnesia or question mark, which causes Curse of the Maze. The question marks I'm referring to is not the ones that you see there, but there's actually a pill in rotation that has the same exact name as an unknown pill. And it actually gives you Curse of the Maze. Okay, so we got an assortment of barrels here. Now, the easiest way would be for me to push this barrel out of the way. That way I have a safe spot. Now, I could do that, but I'm still going to do that, just so in case this is a secret room right here. That way it'll blow up and the secret room will open. You can't always push the barrels, so I want to show you how to do this room properly. Let's pretend that none of these barrels are movable. So the solution, this might be the solution. It's going to be pretty tough though. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, so it's kind of a tight squeeze. I could have done it on this side or this side or this side as well. However, one of those rocks also had a bomb in it, and that would have ruined my day. And I got a ton of soul hearts out of that. That was great. I think there was a tinted rock I didn't know about. And I also got the secret room. Now take your time when you kill these flies. You may be tempted just to shoot them really fast to get rid of them because they blow up, but every time you shoot them they bounce around even more. So make sure you're in a good position before you finish them off. I'm going to check out this last area right before I fight the boss here. Early on, I would say from the basement until you reach the last level of the depths, it's usually a good idea to explore every room. But once you reach the womb and beyond, because you take a full heart of damage and there's no treasure rooms or shops, it's not worth it to explore all that, even with the wafer. Just head for the exit. Ragman, one of the really harder early bosses. So don't stay close to him, because obviously, as you saw there, he'll try to shoot you with a homing bullet. Now this is a battle of patience. Unfortunately, the longer you wait, the more monsters he spawns. But still, you don't want to get too aggressive. And make sure you attack his head as it rolls towards you, because it does deal damage, and if you attack the head in succession enough, it'll destroy the head before it actually spawns into a spider. But just make sure you stay back. But unfortunately, he does walk into you, and sometimes you have no choice but to get close. But you gotta stay back because you need time to react to his homing cheer. Of course, right before he dies, he has to summon his buddies. Okay, that wasn't bad. I didn't even get hit. This is a fun item. Problem is, I can only hold one trinket at a time at the moment. But what Marbles does is, if you get damaged enough, you actually swallow the trinket whole, and it becomes part of you for the rest of the game. So, quick rundown of the trinkets. Ace of Spades makes cards drop more often. Pinky Eye poisons your foes. And Locust of Death spawns a black fly that destroys your enemies. I like them all. What do I like more though? Well, I really want to keep the Child's Heart since it works really well with Samson. Now, I doubt this is going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. Now notice I got some, I got a red heart sitting there and I got a bunch of soul hearts. The soul heart will work well for after I lose all my regular hearts. Now why am I going to lose all my regular hearts? Well, one, I'm going to try the sacrifice room. And two, whenever I stab myself, I might make the Child's Heart into me. So I'm going to do that before I move on. So that way I don't... If I do this on the second floor, I'm going to lose my Devil Deal chance. So I'm going to do this right now. And thanks to the wafer, I take a half heart of damage as opposed to a full heart. I might be able to capitalize on the sacrifice room completely. Now when it says you feel blessed, that means that your angel room chance has increased. But it's irrelevant because on the first floor, you can't get a devil room or an angel room anyway. There are exceptions to that rule, for example, if you find the Joker card. Well, that's a really good start. That's a ridiculous start. I kind of wish I didn't spend so much time on this first floor. Otherwise, I could just head straight for the boss rush. So to unlock Godhead, you have to get all completion marks on hard mode on the Lost. And it only appears in the Angel Room. That's a ridiculous start there. That's amazing. But let's keep it up. Let's stab myself again. Now, for sacrifice rooms, some of it's random, but some of it is in order. So for example, I knew that troll bombs were going to appear after that stab I just did. I recommend looking it up because it's very detailed as to how many things it could do when you stab yourself. But either way, the primary reason why I stab myself, 3 reasons. One of the stabs gives you a chance to teleport into the Angel Room or the Devil Room. 2, you have a chance to get an Angel Room item that spawns in the room. And 3, if you want to fight Mega Satan, you could fight the angels that appear and get their key. That's what I'm going to do right now. And if things get dicey, I'll grab the Soul Heart. I want to make sure you don't walk out of the room by accident while you're in the middle of the fight. Otherwise, you will not get the key piece. And you may have noticed he did an attack with lasers there. When he crosses his arms, he attacks diagonally, or he'll shoot some tears at you, or maybe spawn an enemy. But when he's about to launch an attack and he does not cross his arms, he's either going to shoot in all 4 directions, or he's going to shoot in a V pattern towards you. So there's a very particular spot you want to stand. You want to stand in between where a south laser would be and a diagonal laser would be. So right here. So there's south, diagonal. You want to put yourself in between where those lasers would be because you don't know what's going to come. Kind of like what you do with Krampus. Now, I don't want to risk losing any more hearts here. Well, I mean, I don't want to fight the angel with half a heart. I'll probably die. So I'm going to stab myself again. Okay, no more soul hearts, so I'm going to take this soul heart. I'm going to take all this money. And before I fight the next angel, just to be on the safe side since I've come this far, I don't want to blow it. I'm going to grab the remainder of the soul hearts and get back in there. By the way, you can use the sacrifice spikes to actually bait him in and hit him. See that? So if you're weak and you're fighting the angel, it's a good strategy to use. Now if I stab myself again, I have a 50% chance of being teleported straight to the dark room where Mega Satan is. Before I do, well, I'm not going to do that. That's too early. I mean, I could get away with it maybe if I had a ton of soul hearts at this point. But it's a little bit too risky right now. By the way, I decided to bomb my way in because I have plenty of bombs, but only 1 key. So since I have all this money, I'm going to buy the habit. It's more of an investment because if I get damaged right now, the habit's not going to recharge anything because it recharges your activatable item. I'm also curious what this is. I'm hoping for a 2 of diamonds. Nope, ace of clubs, but I can get some bombs out of that. I'm also going to try out this mystery pill.
Hematemesis.
Okay, I could just take both of these. Or take, 2 of them. But I'm going to get some free bombs out of the deal.
Ace of clubs.
Whenever you see a troll bomb, I recommend just attacking it. That way, it's a way for you to get out of the way without walking yourself into a trap like some spikes. Last thing I'm going to do, especially since I have extra bombs here, I'm going to try to find the super secret room. The super secret room is usually towards the end and it's attached to only 1 room. That's how I knew automatically that it can't be here. Because if it was to the north, it'd be attached to the super, or rather the regular secret room. And if it was to the south, it'd be attached to this room right here. So it's impossible for the super secret room to spawn there. I could get some soul hearts out of the deal here. But, I mean, I could spend all my money on this and potentially not get any soul hearts. I'm just going to blow this up and take my single soul heart and get out of here. Now, I am not going to grab these hearts. By the way, this one wants to run away from me. Because next level, maybe there's a boss arena, and the only way to enter a boss arena is if you have 1 heart or less. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to try to bomb this, because I can get this 1 coin and an extra bomb. Maybe overkill, especially since this is an amazing start, but either way. So now the last thing here, unfortunately I was not able to utilize the marbles item. I wasn't able to swallow my trinket, so now I have to make a decision. And my decision, the Locust of Death. It's going to give me some flies, it's going to give me some more damage overall, and that'll work well in conjunction with Samson's extra damage when he gets hurt. Because the more damage you have, the more damage your flies do. Flies don't care about your tier stats, they only care about your damage stats. Now, if I go push that button, I'm going to do the opposite of what I mentioned earlier, which is holding on to 1 heart. So I'm going to push this button, and I'll clear the level, then I'll go back for this button later. Now, I'm not going to go through there yet. I have 6 bombs and only 1 key. Maybe I can bomb my way to there like I did earlier with the shop. Oh, there's the sacrifice room again. Very tempting. But I don't have to worry about really losing my Devil Deal chance here, so and I already have the key, so that makes the sacrifice room a little bit less desirable. Without Godhead, this room would have been a big pain. So don't expect to start your rounds with an item crazy like this. But hey, with Isaac it happens sometimes. You have to assume that those poops are going to charge you, because they always do. There's a brief moment of relaxation where they're just sitting around, and then suddenly they're going to charge you. Don't react to them charging you. You need to anticipate it ahead of time, because they're predictable. They're always going to charge you after a few seconds, and you can kind of see them wind up. So start moving ahead of time before they charge. That way you have plenty of time to react. Especially if you have a low run speed, you have to preemptively move a lot more often when you have a low run speed. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can bomb this and get the secret room at the same time, assuming that it's even here. I don't think it is, though. So it's right here. If it was, I can't reach that and bomb it at the same time. So I'm just going to grab my key. I could have waited to fight the boss first in case there's a devil deal that gives me flight. But, I'm in good shape. I also should have gone for the treasure room item, but at least the boss is pinned. Just make sure you stick to the wall every time he charges. Really tiny room, but still Pin is a pretty easy boss. Right, I forgot that I have Curse of the Blind. So before I grab that, I'm going to see what's in the Devil Room. It might be wiser in some circumstances where if I have less hearts, it might be better to grab this ahead of time. That way it might give me an HP up, and therefore I might be able to afford more Devil Deals. But I have 3 hearts. And if there's a 2-heart devil deal, or 2 of them, I could take 2 2-heart deals with 3 hearts and kind of steal from the devil. All right, let's do this. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna go for it. Lil Delirium. He chooses a random familiar every few seconds. and you unlock him by defeating Delirium for the first time. This is my favorite familiar for him to have, the Incubus, because it just really increases your damage quite a bit. Now, unfortunately, he could transform into Bob's brain, and you might blow yourself up every so often. And that was Binky. That increases your tears up. It gives you a tears up, and it also gives you a soul heart. So the question is, where are the secret rooms? I might need to explore a little bit more before I start bombing things. Wonderful. I am very tempted to go after Mega Satan early. Let's keep on going. Make sure you push the buttons one at a time. You don't want to run on both buttons really quickly because they both might spawn monsters. Oh, I didn't even explain. So the soul, it gives you 3 soul hearts, and then it gives you a shield. That shield, it helps deflect bullets. It pushes them away as they approach you. And normally I'd explain what to do to fight Lust, but problem is I have Godhead. Everything just gets decimated. Yeah, these spiders are really hard to deal with sometimes because they shoot in every single direction. All you can really do is back up, anticipate the attack, and there's a few spots when they launch their spread attack that you can actually tuck yourself in between, but it's difficult to react in time. There's Bob's brain. I gotta acknowledge it, that way I don't blow myself up by accident. Now normally I don't recommend Curse of the Blind, well, going into the shop during Curse of the Blind, but I was looking for a soul heart. So let's, alright, I need to look at the secret room still. My guess is it's here, because on the map there's like a little C section there, a little pocket there where the secret room probably is. By the way, another thing to watch out, Little Delirium, is when it turns into the big beautiful fly. It's another scenario where you get blown up if you're not careful. Ah, no secret room there, so it's in a very unusual spot. Well, maybe not so unusual. Could be to the north. Let's try that. No? Maybe it's in that spot that I originally thought about. Let's try it. I got a few more bombs. Let's do it. First, move up until the camera shifts. Right there. See the camera moving? Alright, let's blow it up. Who the heck knows where it is? It's breaking the rules of where a secret room normally is. Not very common, but I've exhausted all possibilities for where it normally can be. I mean, it could even be next to the sacrifice room to the right of it. In fact, I'm just going to try it really fast. I mean, I'm wasting bombs at this point. However, I just want to see if I can do a proof of concept here. Yes, so you see how it could have been where the C-section portion is. There's 2 of them, in fact. One to the left of the sacrifice room, and one to the south of the mini-boss in that blue pill there. Didn't happen, though. So actually, I could have bombed my way into the treasure room, but I never anticipated that the secret room would be here. And I do like to blow up shopkeepers, since if you do it beforehand, before you fight the boss, it'll increase your devil deal / angel room chance. I didn't mean to bomb that. I wasn't even thinking. But also it gives you coins, or if you're lucky, you might drop a coupon or the head of the keeper, which makes your tears turn into coins. Okay, before I need to do the switch. Okay, it's monsters. You need flight to grab the rest of these. I'm going to hurt myself a little bit and pop this mystery pill.
Explosive diarrhea.
So if I had thought about it, although it's a little bit overkill at this point because I'm rich, I could have used my mystery pills next to these urns and hoped for explosive diarrhea, because it does happen sometimes. Yeah, I guess explosive diarrhea happens sometimes. That sounds pretty gross. But anyway, you use that next to some urns, even if it's a mystery pill, and then if you're lucky, that'll happen and you'll blow them up and get some money. But obviously, I'm not hurting for some cash here. So I think that's the only other mystery pill that I have. I'm kind of hoping for a Balls of Steel. That way I'll get some more soul hearts. So here's where I stand right now. If I can stab myself and get soul hearts from the sacrifice room, I think I'm going to head straight to Mega Satan. Look at that. Balls of Steel. That's perfect. Now, if I can get soul hearts to drop from the sacrifice room, then that's it. I'm gonna end this early. I only recommend fighting Mega Satan really early if you have the right items and the skill. But either way, here we go.
Gulp.
Okay, I finally swallowed a trinket. That's why you heard that gulp sound. Now, is there another trinket on the field? The answer is no. Now, there's no reason to fight the angels again. So I'm going to stab myself. And I'm going to get out of there. Alright, this is it. If I get soul hearts, then I'm going to go fight Mega Satan. Perfect. Before I go, there is a chest here. I now know I don't need to save my keys because I'm going to head for Mega Satan. And I'm going to do one last check at the shop. Maybe there's a card I can buy which will help me for that. Because when you're fighting Mega Satan this early on, you need everything you can get. Okay, we do have a card. The Hangman. Not what I was looking for. However, it's still going to help me for Mega Satan. By the way, I could also buy this. In fact, I probably should. Because the Hangman's not that great anyway. And there's a possibility it could be the bag of pills, which is why I hate buying items when you have Curse of the Blind. But if I lose the Hangman and it transforms into a pill, it's not going to be the end of the world. So I'm going for it. Ha! That's exactly what I was talking about. There goes the Hangman. And that's why I don't like buying from the shop during Curse of the Blind. If I'm lucky, though, I got two of them. Maybe it's an I'm Drowsy pill. That would be the best pill for me to find to fight Mega Satan. And there's not such a good pill. Oh well, I still will go ahead and fight Mega Satan. I'm going to hold on to the Hematemesis pills, though. So if things really get dicey and I've lost all my soul hearts and I'm only down to my regular hearts, when I'm about to die, I can use Hematemesis. If you have only a half heart left, it heals you for a half heart and then drops a bunch of red hearts on the floor. So I can use those red hearts during the fight. Oops, I should have, I thought that was the final stab. I should have stabbed myself one more time and then grabbed the soul hearts. So now I'm going to grab this. 50% chance to teleport to Mega Satan, 50% chance to hurt myself. Perfect. Before I fight Mega Satan, definitely want to take a look in here. Great, I got another soul heart. I'm totally capped. And it's time. This is going to be a pretty difficult fight because I'm fighting him really early on. However, as I take damage, I'm going to deal more damage to Mega Satan. So if I start getting in trouble, eventually my high damage, thanks to Samson's ability right here, it's going to make things a lot easier. That's part of the reason why I'm taking on Mega Satan right now. So when you see him prepare for a charge attack, he makes a very distinct sound when he's about to use Brimstone. But either way, the best solution, just to be on the safe side, is to get out of the way. So just keep aiming for his face. His hands will get in the way every so often, but his hands resurrect, so just aim for the face. Now, normally you don't see him spawn these guys early on, because you have to fight him for a long time usually before he spawns extra enemies like that. But this is a special moment since I'm taking on Mega Satan when I have hardly any items. But there's certain things he always does. For example, he will always spawn these guys, so it's a very specific phase. Now, one part of me wishes I had the Hangman still, since I could float over creep. There will be some nasty creep during this fight. So I'm taking care of Death first because he has all these scythes that are floating around everywhere. Unfortunately, my Delirium familiar isn't helping me that much right now. Okay, well now I guess Little Hunt will take care of him, although he's going to change in a moment. There we go. Okay, I wish he would just stay as Incubus there, because that's so helpful. But, oh well. Little Delirium still is helping me here. Hey, see how that Troll Bomb almost hit me? Definitely just keep attacking when there's a bunch of Troll Bombs in the area. It's a lot more effective than just running. Okay, it's the big beautiful fly. I gotta watch out. Could blow up. At least it hit Mega Satan. That was good. Now you see how the bullets are kind of being pushed away from me? That's because of the soul. That's another reason why I'm deciding to go after Mega Satan here. Because I have a pretty good arsenal of defense. Especially helpful for Mega Satan's second wave, which is a bullet hell. Now after these guys, it's the hardest part of the first phase in my opinion. Wow, I was so slow I couldn't run away. He's going to spawn 4 of the Ultra Sins at the bottom, or the Super Sins. I recommend taking out the pink guy first because of the fact that he spawns 2 Troll Bombs and attacks in all diagonal directions at the same time. So focus fire him first. So far I'm doing very well. I've only lost 2 soul hearts. If I didn't have the wafer, then I would have lost 4 soul hearts. Alright, there's another bonus set of spawns here. So he always spawns the one angel and then he spawns the next one. He'll be on the left side. So you can learn where he's going to spawn the enemies and make sure you don't stand there ahead of time once you start understanding what's coming next. So he crossed his arms, so I made sure to stay in line with him. But you also have to worry about him shooting tears instead of laser beams, and then being in line of him will actually get you damaged. But at least you can react to that. Can't really react to a laser beam, it's the speed of light. So I stood in front of them during that attack because I knew it wasn't going to be a brimstone. The brimstone sound is a little bit more specific. Alright, time for phase 2. My plan is to sit still and pray. Well, not during this. Once the bullets come, which are much harder to dodge, then I'm just going to stand still. Okay, here we go. I'm hoping for the soul to protect me. Oh right, fire. I should have tried to dodge that. Although, good luck with that. But at least, every time I get hurt, I'm going to deal more damage back to him per tier. Same thing, I'm going to hold still thanks to the soul. That's it. That's the end of Mega Satan. So that's the fastest episode I've ever had so far. Just went straight to Mega Satan and ended that. So you can take them out early on as long as you have the right skills and the right assortment of items. Thank you for joining me for the 17th episode of The Teaching of Isaac. And please like this video if you learned something new. Although it's a much shorter video, hopefully you still learned something. And please subscribe as well, it does help. Thank you so much.